Hello and welcome. Today, we are diving into something really special, a beloved and truly authentic Persian stew, Gilani Fesenjan. We're not just going to make it, we are going to master this culinary masterpiece, the Shahin Banoo way. Okay, let's get right into it.
You know, that quote really just nails it, doesn't it? Fesenjan isn't just a dish, it's a whole experience. That perfect balance of sweet and sour, that rich, nutty aroma, it's a recipe that's literally designed to create memories. So let's get started on making our own. All right, every great work of art starts with having the right materials, right? So think of these ingredients as the palette you're going to use to create something truly, truly special. Okay, so here's what you'll need to serve about 4 people. The star of the show, of course, is 300 grams of finely ground walnuts. You'll also need your protein. That's about 400 grams of either chicken or ground meat. And for that signature flavor, you're going to need 3 to 4 tablespoons of pomegranate paste. Now, a key point here is you can choose a sour paste or a sweet and sour one. It totally depends on your personal taste. The rest are pretty much kitchen staples. A couple of onions, your spices, and maybe a little bit of sugar, which is optional, but we'll talk more about that later.
All right, let's get into what is probably the most important part of this entire process. And I'm not exaggerating, this isn't just a step, it's the foundational secret to a truly authentic Fesenjan. It is all about how you cook the walnuts.
The process itself sounds simple enough. You just place your finely ground walnuts in a pot, add just a tiny bit of water, and put it over a very low heat. But here's the crucial part. The goal isn't just to cook them. The goal is to slowly, and I mean slowly, coax all those natural oils out of the walnuts. This is what creates that rich, glossy, and deeply flavorful base for the entire stew.
And this brings us to the real secret ingredient, the one that isn't on the list: patience. A whole lot of it. To get that perfect texture and that deep, authentic flavor, this stew needs to simmer for a grand total of 3 to 4 hours. Yep, you heard that right. This slow cooking process is what completely transforms the dish and makes it absolutely unforgettable. Now, the good news is you don't have to just stand there staring at a pot for 4 hours. That long simmering time is actually the perfect window to get your protein ready. So let's see how that works. So you've got 2 fantastic options here. If you're going with chicken, thighs or breasts both work great. You'll just sauté the pieces with some onion and turmeric. But if you prefer ground meat, you'll form it into these small bite-sized meatballs. They're called kufterize, and then you'll fry them up until they're nice and brown. Honestly, you can't go wrong with either one.
Okay, so our walnut base is simmering away. Our protein is all prepped. Now it's time for the magic to really happen. This is the part where we start building that iconic, incredible Fesenjan flavor profile.
You're going to let those walnuts do their thing for a while. Then, about halfway through the total cooking time, so after about an hour and a half to 2 hours, your walnut base should be looking really rich and oily. This is the perfect moment to introduce that tangy pomegranate paste.
Now, this next part, this is where the artistry comes in. It's all about your personal taste. Go ahead and add your 3 to 4 tablespoons of pomegranate paste. Then, and this is so important, taste it. If you find it's a little too sharp, a little too sour for your liking, this is when you can add that optional tablespoon of sugar. It'll just smooth it out and create that perfect sweet and sour balance.
Once you're happy with the flavor of that beautiful sauce, it's time to bring it all together. Gently add your sautéed chicken or your fried meatballs right into the pot. They're going to finish cooking right there in the stew, soaking up every last drop of that incredible flavor.
So we followed all the steps, but now it's time for the master's touch. These are the golden tips, straight from Shahin Banoo herself, that are going to take your Fesenjan from just being good to being absolutely perfect. So, before I just tell you what they are, take a second. Based on everything we've gone over, what do you think the real secrets are to nailing this dish? Okay, here they are. First, grind your walnuts as finely as you possibly can. This is non-negotiable if you want a smooth, velvety stew. Second, add that pomegranate paste bit by bit, tasting as you go. This puts you in complete control of the final flavor. And third, the one we keep coming back to, low heat. Patience and a very gentle simmer are the ultimate keys to unlocking that beautiful, glossy color and making sure all that wonderful walnut oil comes out perfectly. And after all that care, all that patience, you get the reward. So let's take a look at the beautiful final result of all your hard work. What you have now is this thick, dark, glossy stew just shimmering with that rendered walnut oil. The flavor is this perfect harmony of tangy and sweet and nutty. It's typically served with fluffy saffron rice, and what you've made is a dish that is truly a masterpiece.
So, congratulations! You have just learned the art of authentic Gilani Fesenjan.
You know, it's amazing how a few key secrets can completely transform a recipe. And it makes me wonder, what's the dish that holds the special secrets of your family's kitchen? What's that one recipe that's been passed down that you treasure? It's something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me for this one.